Hello students, good morning everyone. So today we are going to do the next experiment using this mechatronic sensor board. The aim of today's experiment is interfacing pressure sensor using mechatronic sensor board, MALS2 trainer kit, and programming will be done via lab. Okay. So first of all let me tell you about the hardware. So let me switch on the kit. One switch at the back, one switch at the top. Now, here you see I have this syringe, 1 ml syringe, and this is the plunger tube. And if you carefully see over here, this thing, show it from here. This thing, this black thing, this is actually the real pressure sensor where you have a vibrating membrane over it. As soon as you will blow air via this syringe, that air will fall onto that diaphragm, vibrating diaphragm, and due to the air compression, that pressure sensor is going to vibrate and going to give you voltage readings as the output. Okay, so that is going to be our experiment. So first thing in this, as we have talked previously, that is the hardware setting. So hardware setting, if you carefully see over here now, here we have push button, pressure, temperature and sonar. So here what we'll do is we'll insert this jumper and I will connect it to the pressure end. Okay, so as written over here, it is written place J9 jumper on pressure setting. That we have done. Second step, very important, completely remove the plunger. Plunger means this syringe tube from the tube, this thing, and reinsert it. This is going to ensure that the chamber is pressurized enough. So see over here, what I've done is this plunger will go inside this particular pressure sensor, and so this is the plunger, this is your syringe tube, and as soon as I will move this plunger towards this end, air is going to be compressed and it is going to fall on my black colored pressure sensor and is going to give me the pressure reading. Okay, now first step is to completely remove this plunger. Okay, why it is done? So that it is pressurized enough, so that at least some air goes into this and it is the pressure we can measure relative to your atmospheric pressure. Okay, now this is a 1 ml syringe. If you carefully see over here, this is 1 ml syringe. So starting reading we are going to take at 1 ml, then next reading at 0.8 ml, 0.6 ml, 0.4, 0.2 and then 0 ml. 0 ml means when this plunger will be completely at this end. Okay, now see over here, I'm going to run this VI and I'm going to take the readings. As soon as I run the VI, you see over here this graph. This graph is between pressure sensor voltage versus your time. So here you are getting some random reading because some air is blowing. Well, it is relative to atmospheric pressure, so it is showing you some reading 0.49 volt. Okay, now I am going to take readings at these all points at 1 ml, 0.8, 0.6, 0.4, 0.2 and 0 ml. Okay, see over here. As soon as I insert the plunger over here, first thing I am going to take is at 1 ml. So when this plunger is at 1 ml, I am getting the reading as 0.8. Okay, so I'll place it 0.8. Next thing, you now remember this, whenever you are taking the reading, okay, never take off your hand from this plunger, because as soon as you will move it towards this zero end, okay, it will have some back pressure towards this plunger as well. So you have to keep holding this plunger while taking the reading. This precaution you have to take. So now it is at 0.8 ml. Now I am getting the reading as 1.09. Next thing, I move it to 0.6 now, and again now it is giving me 1.46. Next it is 0.4. Okay, 0.4, 1.96 I am getting. Then 0.2, I am getting 2.73. And last of all, I move it to the complete end, that is the zero end for me, and I'm getting the maximum voltage out of this pressure sensor as 3.91 volt. Okay, so you can also move it backwards, so you will see the reading over there. So it is going up and down. Okay, it is being pressurized and unpressurized. Okay, you see the change in readings. So this is how to take the readings from this now. Now, coming back to the now our program. So as soon as we take the readings, what will happen? This plunger position is done, this sensor measurement is done. Now, this graph is automatically plotted. Similar to your strain gauge experiment, only difference that you see over here is a quadratic nature of the curve. So here the linear equation y equal to mx plus c will not be applied. Instead, y equal to this equation shown over here, y equal to ax square plus bx plus c. That is the quadratic equation having three coefficients is drawn over here. You see this decreasing type of curve. Why decreasing type of curve? You see over here on the x-axis you have the sensor measurement in voltage, and on the y-axis you have the plunger position in millimeter. Okay, so in milliliter you have the plunger position, that is going to be the input reading for this pressure sensor. That is the displacement in milliliter. Now you see at the top you have 1, at the bottom you have 0. So at the 1 it is being completely, it is not pressurized at all. So that's why you see very minimum reading, that is 0.8 volt. At 0.8, now as soon as you are moving towards from 1 to 0, you see there is an increase in the voltage value, because as I am moving towards the 0 end, I am pressurizing my sensor with, you can say I am compressing this plunger position. So more and more amount of pressure, more will be the voltage. Now in this graph you see two lines. One is denoted by white line, one is denoted by this red line. Red line is again the curve fitting, and white line is the measured curve. So to have an approximation, you have this value. Now, so first part in this experiment was to collect the data from the pressure sensor, that is complete now. Second part is to take these readings from here, ABC values, the coefficients, and insert it into the calibrate sensor tab. Okay, so I'm going to copy this A reading. I'm going to place it in calibrate tab. This is going to be placed over here in A reading, then B reading from here. I'll place it in B column. Third reading is 1.51. I'm going to place it in the C reading. Okay, now you see over here in calibration, we always compare a standard sensor with our given sensor. Now you see this equation over here, y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, the quadratic equation that is there, where ABC are the coefficients that we have obtained, just wait a minute, that we have obtained from this particular graph. Now I can vary this A value, B value and C value, but the most preferable you can say way to calibrate the sensor will be to change the value of C rather than changing the value of A and B. Because if you see this expression, x is multiplied by b, x square is multiplied by a. So if I am going to change a and b values, it is going to show a very much drastic impact on my pressure sensor readings. Okay, now so we'll now calibrate our sensor. So see over here how the calibration will be done. So as soon as now I insert this plunger inside and I move it to 1 milliliter, it is showing me 0.97 milliliter over here. So small amount of error is there. So let me change the value now. Let me move it to 0.8. So at 0.8 it is showing exactly 0.8. At 0.6 it is showing 0.62. At 0.4 it is showing 0.39. At 0.2 it is again showing, just wait a minute, let me correct it. Okay, now it is showing 0.17. So small amount of error is there. Let us try to remove this error by calibrating the sensor. So this scale on this diagram is the scale of this, that is similar to this plunger position and this syringe position, and I will try to match this value with my real sensor value. That's how the calibration will be done. So let me try to decrement this value. take it as 1.50, and now I insert it and move it to 0.8. So 0.8 it is working fine. Let me move it to 0.6. So it is showing now 0.6. At 0.4 it is showing me 0.39. Okay, that error will be taken care of. At 0.2, what is it showing at 0.2? It is showing me small amount of, here a large amount of error is there. If you see, as we are moving towards the zero end, where you will face a lot of back pressure, a lot of, you can say, reading variation is there. But as soon as you move back and try to move back to 0.6 and 0.8, it is working perfectly fine. So it's better to take the readings at zero point 0.8, zero point 0.6, and zero point 0.4. If at these 3 points, the readings at this sensor, this scale, and this syringe, if they both are coming same, then that is the appropriate value for this C. Okay. Now, I'll show you one more thing over here. Now see over here, it is 0.6 near about. Now let me change the value of B over here. You see over here, as soon as I change the value of B to 0.6, you see so much drastic changes there. Why? Because it is multiplied by X value. And if I change A value, it is again a drastic impact. But when I bring it back, it comes back to the normal value. So this is how your sensor calibration is to be done. That is, you try to match this value with this one. Okay. So that's it for today's experiment. Thank you.